Hey guys, it's Sarah Beth and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do my very first Q&A. I have all the questions that you guys sent to me when I sent out my Ask Me Your Questions post, and I'll do some more in the future, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So I have questions from Instagram here about yoga, and Beth T730 asked, how and when did you get started with yoga, and what has your yoga journey changed in your life besides the obvious physical changes? And those are good questions. When I first started yoga, I was about 15 or 16. I always had an interest in stress relief and relaxation, just managing anxiety when I was younger, because I was kind of a stress baby, and with ulcerative colitis, I learned really quickly that I need to learn how to manage those things. But I actually went to my first class when I was about 15 or 16, and I just remember it was kind of mortifying, traumatizing, intimidating. I walked in and everyone else knew what they were doing. I just rolled out this rental mat and I was comparing myself to everyone the whole time. I had no idea what they were talking about. I felt really awkward. I was surrounded by a bunch of shirtless guys doing arm balances and inversions, and I was like, that's pretty sweet, but whoa. And as much as I was totally freaked out, I left that experience thinking, wow, I feel really good. That felt amazing. I could totally do that. So my practice was on and off for a couple of years since that first class throughout my teens. And then finally, when I was about 18 or 19, I took my practice seriously, and I got an unlimited membership at a studio, and a couple of years after that I went and got my teacher training, and my practice has just been getting more solid since. So the changes that my yoga journey has had in my life, besides the obvious physical changes, first, I don't think I had obvious physical changes. I fluctuate weight naturally because of ulcerative colitis and just being naturally lean anyway, but I think that beneath my clothing, the physical changes that aren't so obvious, I had a leaner, stronger core, and that was so cool for me to be able to do planks and arm balances and all of these really strong poses that I didn't think I was capable of. And I could hold a 5-minute plank, and it's not fun, but I can do it, which is so totally awesome. Besides those physical obvious changes, yoga and the yoga journey has given me a lot of opportunities to find self-acceptance. I learned who I was, I accepted who I was, I love who I am. And a lot of that is because the yoga journey has been a process for me to find my true self, and to connect with my true self, and to act and be and do from my true self. And that's one of the coolest things that I've gotten from my yoga journey. I'm also a lot more mellow and calm. I have techniques now to manage my stress and anxiety. And yoga teacher training, I think, was what had kind of propelled me in my yoga journey, and all the things that I've gained from it is after the yoga teacher training, because that was just immersing myself into yoga philosophy, yoga lifestyle. If I'm gonna be teaching yoga, I should be living yoga. And it was after that I just whoa, my life totally changed, and it amazing. So yes. The next question, KY Thalis, if I'm saying that right, said, what would you recommend for someone who wants to get started in yoga, not only as a workout, but the spiritual/inner side to it as well, but has no classes or courses nearby available? So, you don't necessarily need the class experience when you're doing yoga. It's nice to have. It can push you in a lot of ways, but doing yoga at home is also really beneficial. If you can find a YouTube yoga instructor to follow, or there's a lot of different websites and blogs out there that have yoga as well. My screen blacked out. Oh my gosh. Then that's a great way to start and maintain your yoga practice during this time where you don't have those resources available to you locally. Also, books. and magazines and blogs. I mean, there's a lot of really good sources out there, including like Yoga Journal has a subscription magazine that you can get in your mailbox. And they also have a really good blog that I use for my resources. So go start looking out, into a bunch of different books. Go to your bookstore, look at all the different yoga books they have. I can make recommendations down below, but really, yoga is such a personal journey that I would recommend you go to the store, you look through all the books, find something that actually speaks to you at this point in your life, and then pick that one up and take that home. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot to learn in the world of yoga. Just take little bits at a time, take only what works for you. All right, let's get my computer to, it's back on. Yamchan26 asked, I'm starting vinyasa tomorrow after a few months of doing yoga using your YouTube videos. I work 6 days a week and I don't have time to go to classes twice or more. Is one class a week enough? I do other types of sports on a daily basis and always fit in your yoga videos for flexibility, hip opening, and back bending. I already feel that I've improved and I don't hate downward dog anymore. Awesome. So one class a week is definitely enough, especially because you are active throughout the rest of the week. You're doing, a balance of yoga videos. You said that you do other daily sports. So one class a week can definitely be enough. If you were only doing one class a week, then I would encourage you to do more yoga, because I believe in the daily practice. I believe in getting even just little bits of yoga in every single day versus like a big chunk of it once a week. But it sounds like you're doing it just well. You have a lot of different yoga and exercise that you're doing throughout the week. When you do go to that one class a week, just remember it's consistency. That's all that really matters. Stay consistent. Make that your solid, like that's my class practice. And then at different points in your life, you might have more openings to go to more classes. You might have feelings where you don't like classes anymore and you want to go to just home practice for a while. And like, that's totally okay. You have all of your life to practice yoga, so you don't have to feel like you need to get all of it in right now. Bloom Yoga asked, hi, I'm a yoga teacher and recently decided to take time off. I just couldn't take the pain in my knees anymore. I teach in gyms and have to do a lot of demonstration. Any tips on vinyasa sequences that don't involve lunges like warrior poses or squats like chair or goddess? I'm working with a doctor to try to heal my knees. So I will be having videos in the future about the business of yoga, sequencing, teaching yoga, getting into teacher training, all that jazz. But what I would say to you, like if we were face to face, might not be what you want to hear. So when you're teaching yoga, I understand that in a gym setting, they want you to demonstrate, or you feel like you need to demonstrate because in a gym setting, there's a lot less people that have that foundation built. I taught in a gym setting for the first couple of years, and they asked me to demonstrate 70%. And I did that. I would demonstrate 70% of the class while I was talking and teaching, and I ended up having a lot of injuries doing that, because when you're demonstrating the postures like that, chances are you're not warming up properly, chances are you're not very mindful within your own movement, and chances are you might be pushing yourself past what you're actually comfortable with to try to demonstrate and show other people what to do. So my recommendation to you is to, instead of try to continue demonstrating and teaching and like tweak your sequences around what you can physically do, try to teach classes with just cueing. Like walk around and talk and sequence to their body parts and what they should feel, what part should go where. It's gonna teach you to be a better instructor. It's gonna teach you to have really strong cues. I mean, people shouldn't have to look at you to figure out what to do. And it's definitely challenging. I remember when I had to do it, I was like, okay, this is enough. Like, I can't continue to demonstrate. And the thing is when you demonstrate, they turn off their ears. They're not listening to you anyway. They're like, oh, okay, that's what I should be doing. And they just look at you. So you can even tell your students, like, I'm challenging myself to not demonstrate much at all. my knees are achy. You can be honest with your students and just tell them like, hey, we can laugh, we can joke, like just be patient with me as I'm gonna try this new thing. And you'll be surprised, it's gonna really excel you in your teaching. There's a lot of poses have a lot of knees in them, whether you're in the warrior positions, half pigeon, chair pose, like these are essential pieces to a yoga practice. So instead of trying to take that away from your students, try to force yourself to continue teaching that way without demonstrating. Okay, I'm just repeating myself. Marina, this one's from Facebook, asked, I've always wondered how you know the healthy border, if I can say it that way, between the best stretch and the danger to get an injury. How do you stay mentally calm while exploring your personal body limitations, which actually leads a practitioner to the improvement? Sometimes I tear between the thought of, oh no, that's enough for you, don't go further, and maybe I can bend just a tiny little bit more. Does everything have to do with the experience itself, or is there a technique you could recommend? So this is referred to, or I've heard this referred to as the healthy edge. When you get into a posture, the healthy edge is that point where you're so deep into the pose that if you go just a half an inch deeper, you risk injury. And a good yogi, a good practitioner knows their body well enough to find that place and then back off half an inch. So you're not resting in that point of like, oh my gosh, if I go 1 inch further, you kind of back off and you can rest in the posture and you can really focus on what's happening within your body. What muscles can you engage to make it stronger? Where can you relax where you don't need to hold the tension? Where can you send your breath? How are you focusing? Where is your gaze? So instead of, trying to think I should go deeper so that I can push further, so that I can improve in my practice, think about how when you actually sit in the posture and then you move back half an inch, all the things you can focus on, all the ways that you can really just calm and ground, that will be deepening your practice. And your body, once you're in a posture, it takes a couple of breaths to relax. Your body's gonna get stronger and leaner and longer just by holding, and you don't have to actually push. So you said you tear between the thought of, oh no, that's enough, don't go further, or maybe I should go just a tiny little bit more. That's your healthy edge. You found your healthy edge. And that's the place where you say, I recognize those thoughts. Okay, I'll back off a little bit. And this is, where I should be, and then focus on everything else. That's a really good question though. I get that one quite a bit and it's hard to explain sometimes, but I hope that I explained it well enough for you. Okay, so this video is 13 minutes long now. I'm gonna split this up into parts. So thank you for watching, and catch up on part 2 whenever that uploads. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, comment, like, subscribe. All these are ways that you support me, and thank you so much for your support. Bye.